From rising US-Iran tensions to deadly fires and major health alerts, here are today's 10 biggest breaking global stories. We'll discuss the escalating conflict in the Middle East, a tragic hostage incident in California, and the urgent health challenges posed by an Ebola outbreak. Here are today's top 10 stories you need to know. In a significant breakthrough for cancer research, trial data has revealed that a new drug for pancreatic cancer has doubled the survival rates of patients compared to traditional chemotherapy alone. This development has ignited hope among medical professionals and patients alike, as pancreatic cancer has long been known for its poor prognosis. The new treatment offers a beacon of hope in the fight against this devastating disease. Researchers are optimistic that this drug could become a cornerstone in pancreatic cancer therapy, leading to improved outcomes for those affected. As further trials are conducted, the medical community is eagerly awaiting additional results that could pave the way for wider use of this innovative treatment. The implications of this research extend beyond pancreatic cancer, potentially influencing other areas of cancer treatment in the future. Researchers are warning that the anticipated arrival of El Niño this summer could trigger another mass coral bleaching event, potentially marking the fifth such occurrence on record. As ocean temperatures rise, coral reefs face increasing threats, which could have dire consequences for marine ecosystems. Coral bleaching endangers the delicate balance of marine life and threatens the livelihoods of communities reliant on healthy reefs. Environmentalists are calling for urgent action to mitigate climate change impacts and protect vulnerable marine habitats. This situation serves as a critical reminder of the ongoing challenges posed by climate change and the need for comprehensive global action. As scientists continue to monitor the situation, the world watches closely, hoping for effective measures to safeguard our oceans. A Virginia man has filed a lawsuit against Amazon, alleging serious privacy violations linked to the company's Ring surveillance technology. The plaintiff claims that the Familiar Faces feature, which utilizes facial recognition, infringes on personal privacy by operating without explicit user consent. This case highlights the growing concerns surrounding data privacy and the ethical implications of pervasive surveillance technology integrated into daily life. As smart home devices gain popularity, questions about user consent, data security, and the potential for misuse of personal information are increasingly critical. The lawsuit's outcome could establish pivotal legal precedents regarding privacy rights in the digital era, influencing how technology companies manage customer data. Additionally, it may prompt stricter regulations governing surveillance practices. As society grapples with the balance between safety and privacy, this case underscores the urgent need for clearer guidelines on the ethical use of advanced technology, which may shape future legislation and corporate policies in significant ways. In a decision with significant political ramifications, the Supreme Court has allowed Alabama to implement a congressional map that favors Republican candidates, despite previous findings of intentional discrimination against black voters. This ruling comes after years of litigation surrounding gerrymandering, where district lines are manipulated to benefit a particular party. Critics argue that this decision not only undermines the voting rights of marginalized communities, but also sets a dangerous precedent for future electoral processes. Supporters, however, contend that the map reflects legitimate political considerations, emphasizing the need for representation that aligns with current demographics. As Alabama prepares for upcoming elections, the implications of this ruling could reshape the political landscape, potentially disenfranchising voters who have historically supported Democratic candidates. The ruling has drawn attention from national civil rights organizations, which are urging lawmakers to address issues of electoral integrity and fairness. The outcome in Alabama may influence similar cases nationwide as advocates continue to fight for equitable voting practices. The state of Florida has initiated a civil suit against OpenAI and its CEO, Sam Altman, alleging deceptive practices regarding their artificial intelligence products. The lawsuit claims that users were misled about the capabilities and safety of OpenAI's offerings, raising serious questions about transparency in AI technology. This legal action is part of a broader trend, as states across the U.S. grapple with the ethical implications of rapidly advancing AI systems. As consumers rely increasingly on AI for various applications, the potential for misinformation and misuse becomes a pressing concern. The outcome of this case could set a significant precedent, influencing regulatory frameworks around AI development and consumer protection laws nationwide. Additionally, it may encourage other states to pursue similar litigation, amplifying scrutiny on tech giants. OpenAI has yet to publicly respond to the allegations, but the implications of this lawsuit extend beyond Florida, potentially shaping the landscape of AI governance and accountability in the United States. The resolution may prompt clearer guidelines for AI companies moving forward. A new threat has emerged as the New World Screwworm has been detected in Mexico, just 25 miles from the U.S. border. This flesh-eating pest, known for infesting the wounds of livestock and wildlife, poses significant biosecurity risks, raising immediate alarms among agricultural and health authorities. Historically, the screwworm has wreaked havoc on animal populations, leading to devastating economic consequences when it spreads unchecked. The last significant outbreak in the U.S. was eradicated in the 1980s, but this recent detection has prompted officials to implement precautionary measures, including increased monitoring at border crossings and public awareness campaigns aimed at farmers and ranchers. The potential for a widespread infestation could severely impact the agricultural sector, threatening livestock health and food supply chains while also affecting consumer prices. As experts mobilize to contain this threat, the situation serves as a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of ecosystems. Continued vigilance and proactive measures will be essential to safeguard the U.S. agricultural industry from this invasive pest. The World Health Organization continues to report alarming developments in the ongoing Ebola outbreak affecting Central Africa. Currently, there are 330 confirmed infections, with many more suspected cases still under investigation. This outbreak, which first emerged in remote areas, has rapidly spread to urban centers, complicating containment efforts. Local health systems, already strained by previous health crises, are struggling to cope with the influx of patients. Community fears surrounding the virus, fueled by misinformation and past experiences, hinder effective response measures. The WHO has called for urgent international assistance, highlighting the need for medical supplies, healthcare personnel, and financial resources. The impact of this outbreak extends beyond health, threatening economic stability in a region already vulnerable to food insecurity. Educating local populations about prevention methods is essential to curb the spread of the virus. As the outbreak develops, health experts are closely monitoring its trajectory, emphasizing the necessity for a coordinated global response. Immediate interventions are critical to prevent further loss of life and to stabilize the affected communities in the coming weeks. In Bakersfield, California, a tense hostage situation unfolded at a local bank, resulting in a dramatic conclusion. Law enforcement officials reported that the suspect was shot dead during the standoff, but fortunately, all hostages were rescued unharmed. This incident reflects the growing concerns about public safety and the potential for violent crime in urban areas across the nation. As cities grapple with rising crime rates, the motivations behind such desperate acts remain a critical question. Local authorities have not disclosed the reasons behind the hostage-taking, but they are conducting a thorough investigation to uncover any underlying factors. Community members expressed relief that no lives were lost, yet the event has left many shaken and questioning their safety in everyday spaces. As police review the circumstances surrounding the incident, there are increasing calls for enhanced support systems for individuals in crisis. This event serves as a stark reminder of the unpredictable nature of violent crime and underscores the necessity for effective law enforcement responses. Moving forward, it is essential for local leaders to explore comprehensive strategies that address both crime prevention and community mental health resources. A catastrophic fire at the Flourish Inn stay in Malviya Nagar, southern Delhi, has resulted in the tragic loss of at least 21 lives. Emergency services responded swiftly to the scene, but the intense flames and thick smoke hampered rescue efforts. Witnesses reported hearing desperate screams as guests attempted to escape the rapidly spreading inferno. Firefighters battled the blaze for hours, but the destruction was extensive. Investigators are currently probing the cause of this devastating incident, which has raised serious concerns about fire safety regulations in the area. Many hotels and guest houses in Delhi operate with inadequate safety measures, putting lives at risk. This tragedy has left families mourning and has sparked outrage among local residents demanding accountability for negligence in safety protocols. The fire department is expected to implement stricter measures in the wake of this event, emphasizing the need for regular inspections and compliance with safety standards. As the investigation unfolds, the community is left to grapple with the aftermath of this heart-wrenching disaster. Moving forward, it is imperative that local authorities prioritize the enforcement of fire safety regulations to prevent future tragedies and ensure that such a devastating incident does not happen again. Tensions between the United States and Iran have escalated dramatically in recent days. The conflict has reached a new level of violence as Iran claims responsibility for a deadly attack in Kuwait, which they describe as retaliation for U.S. airstrikes in the region. This latest confrontation unfolds against a backdrop of stalled peace talks that have failed to produce meaningful dialogue, exacerbating existing hostilities. The U.S. and Iran have a long history of animosity, rooted in the 1979 Iranian Revolution and subsequent sanctions that have crippled Iran's economy. Analysts warn that this escalation could destabilize the entire Middle East, where various factions could be drawn into the conflict. The ramifications extend beyond the immediate region, as allies of both nations may feel compelled to respond. The international community is closely monitoring the situation, with fears that further military action could lead to a broader conflict, potentially involving global powers. As diplomatic efforts falter, the potential for miscalculation grows, raising the stakes for both nations. It remains uncertain how both sides will react in the coming days, but the urgent need for a de-escalation strategy is clear. The focus now shifts to whether any meaningful negotiations can be revived to prevent further violence and promote stability in the region. Thank you for watching today's top stories. Which story shocked you the most? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on important global events.